Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Miles Edgeworth, ace prosecutor, who also has an attorney's badge. Previously, that goofball Phoenix Wright took a bad fall and now he's in the hospital. And now it's time for the real hero of the story, Miles Edgeworth, to pick up the slack and finish what Phoenix started. My god, I still can't get over it. It's been like 3 or 4 days since my last recording session, and I still can't get over this. We're playing as Miles Edgeworth, and this is immensely fascinating to me because we're finally getting inside of his head. And boy, Miles really does have a great personality, doesn't he? And goodness knows he is always quick to berate good old Gumshoe here. So I forget, did we finish talking to Gumshoe? No, we did not. We did not start at all. Good. Now, there is one thing I want to say before we begin properly. So, last time when Phoenix fell from the bridge, I, had just this one split second of a thought where it was like, oh god, is this how the torch gets passed to Apollo? Because I know Phoenix Wright isn't the protagonist of this series forever. There's this other kid named Apollo. I've seen his design, he looks cool. Who becomes the star of the second trilogy, and I'm like, what's the deal there? But no, I think Phoenix is safe for now, because he's in the hospital and all that, unless he catches pneumonia or whatever, but I'm sure he's in good hands. Oh man, this game better just have one little appearance from Dr. Hottie, who just comes into the room to check on Phoenix. I want that. That'd be so good. Anyway, let's have a good old chat with Gumshoe. Enough dilly-dallying, shilly-shallying. I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case. It's simple. Well, simple is as simple does, as they say. Oh, you've got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing. Bikini? Or could be Iris. Yeah, Iris was out in the courtyard, wasn't she? She was out ringing the bell. Of course, she'd be the key witness. A witness? Yeah, that Bikini lady. Oh, well, never mind then. Great, just great. Wait a second. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Iris is the defendant. Wow. I think that is the worst lapse in memory I have ever had in this entire series. I did forget that Larry Butz was in this game in the trilogy, in the Ron DeLite case. I forgot that, but this takes the cake. I literally forgot over 4 days that Iris was the defendant. Ugh. Bikini lady? Here? On this freezing cold mountain? Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir. I may have to talk to this Bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself. It's about Dusky Bridge. So this is the bridge that Wright fell through. Yep, I can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross is how it goes, right? Or was it that leap? And is there something on the other side? Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. But we can't get over there without a bridge, sir. What? And nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. But someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training, and now they're stuck there. This is what helicopters are for. call whatever forest ranger business that gets after lost hikers or whatever and get a helicopter. Just pick Maya up. Simple as that. Yes, I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey. Oh no. Her again? Anyway, the air is really turbulent right now, so can't do an aerial extract. There you go. Okay. The air is really turbulent? Is that... doesn't look windy. I mean, it says a still image, but whatever. No one's gonna be able to reach the inner temple until tomorrow, sir. Oh, okay, just tomorrow. Okay. Oh, this is actually a clever way for keeping Maya out of the story for this first investigation and court phase. Like Maya, this way Maya could be the new character who shakes up the formula a bit in the second day. I see. It should be alright in this cold. So how did this bridge burn down anyway? We're almost 100% sure it was lightning. Lightning. It wasn't even raining. I mean, lightning isn't exclusive to rainstorms, but still. Lightning? Oh, tell me about Prosecutor Godot. Oh, someone on the Discord pointed out to me that last time, in the last episode, Edgeworth had no idea who Godot was. But this is in contrast to Luke Atney's statement that Edgeworth once praised Godot as being the best prosecutor around, right? So who is this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him. Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy. What kind of man is he? He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good. He's won 0 cases. He's so good. How is it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case? You bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it. You know who? Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright. Oh? Yeah, he seems to have some kind of a grudge. What could be the cause of this grudge? I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something. None of this is making any sense. Better go look into this Godot myself. Yes, please. So tell me about this lightning. You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning? Yep. Last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck. A regional weather report. Oh shoot, think back. What sort of lightning rod objects exist around this area? I can't think of anything that was across the bridge near the inner temple. It could have struck like the bell? Maybe? The bell tower? Now the bell would like be made of brass, right? Yeah, the bell's green. It's like corroded, rusted brass or bronze, whichever one turns green when it rusts. Is lightning attracted to brass or bronze? I don't think so. I've never heard of a bronze or brass lightning rod. I see. This is a very detailed weather report. Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge? Oh, we got that information from the witness's testimony. Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge? Who is this witness? Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir. Alright, well thanks, Gumshoe. You've been very helpful. So let me ask you... let me show you the badge. What's that thing doing on your lapel, Mr. Edgeworth? Is it really that odd? You bet it is, sir. A prosecutor wearing a defense attorney's badge? That's like a detective with a license to kill. Does this little thing hold that ominous of a meaning? You have anything to say about the hanging scroll? I doubt it. Look, I'm just your everyday simple detective. Don't ask me such tough questions, okay? That's not something to be proud of, detective. Can't imagine you have anything to say about the hood. Yeah, no. What do you think about the surrounding area? Nothing. Okay, maybe it'd be better to just talk about the people here. Let's read this. Eagle Mountain weather data for February 7th. Did we know it was called Eagle Mountain? I don't think we knew that. Snow with occasional lightning strikes. Snow 7 o'clock to 10:50 p.m. Lightning 10 p.m. to approximately 11 p.m. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Huh. Like, I'd imagine it would, like... No. I assume that when Phoenix fell through, it was like the first bit, and there was still plenty on the... that didn't collapse, that would still burn. Let's see. Well, I can't wait to compare that to the autopsy report. Check the time of death. Okay, what do you think about Phoenix? Whenever something happens, this guy always shows up like he hasn't got a care. In fact, you know what? Every time he shows up, I always wonder the same thing. Maybe somehow he's actually the cause of all these incidents. I wonder if Gumshoe has realized it yet. But you could say the exact same thing about him. Is that a... I think there's an extra "the" at the end there. Tell me about yourself. Your face is more drawn out than last time I saw you over a year ago. My god, Edgeworth just called him fat. Really? I thought so. No, wait. It's not so much drawn out as weary and tired, or maybe just plain old thin. Oh, is that what drawn out means? I meant like drawn outward. Like he gained fat. I thought so too, sir. My salary's been kinda on the low end. So yeah, my food options have been kinda non-existent. Off-brand chicken soup, off-brand spaghetti, off-brand bread, that sort of stuff. I thought you were really into instant noodles last year. I got really sick of the stuff after a while, sir. Tell me about the Butz. Wow, Miles doesn't remember how they became friends. He's supposed to be Miss Elise Studnim's apprentice or something. I see. Yeah, he drew a nice portrait of me. Please let me see it. That's nice. But he made me pay him 50 cents for it. I'm sorry about that. You don't seem very interested in him, Mr. Edgeworth. I really don't want to talk about him. That's why. Alright, what do you know about Elise? There's a lot we don't know about this victim. We don't know her real name, her background, we don't know anything really. I'm sure her real name can't be too hard to look up. Like, surely she brought like her ID on this trip, right? That's rather odd. If she was trying to hide her identity, why would she become an author? I'll bet it was just one of those things, you know. She probably never expected to get so popular. Iris. I feel like I've seen this girl somewhere before. She wasn't from a prior case, was she? Nope, can't be. Oh, speaking of lapses in judgment, yeah, I remembered well enough that Dahlia Hawthorne had a sister. I just happened to forget she was the murder victim of the last case! Ah! I'm such a dolt. Yeah, I need to talk about how that reminder I got about how Dahlia's sister is totally dead kind of changes my opinion here. Like, it's true enough that Iris had no psych locks whatsoever when we asked her such critical questions about who she is and what her motivations are for being at this temple. But how does that reconcile with the fact that Dahlia's sister is dead? Maybe it's just Dahlia with severe amnesia? Yeah, wasn't there a psych lock from Iris where she was all cagey about her origins or whatever? Maybe she's just Dahlia with amnesia. Like, I still am operating under the theory that Dahlia was dyeing her black hair red. And so that would just wash out over time. Yeah, let's go with amnesia theory. That's suitably stupid enough. We did a database search with her fingerprints and came up with... Oh, now I read that! What? How? Wait, oh god, do twins have identical fingerprints? I wouldn't imagine they do, but... maybe the original Dahlia cases in the past, like, predate the police taking fingerprints? What does it mean? I don't know. I literally do not know. I no longer have a single goddamn theory. I have nothing. I am clueless. I see. I just can't shake this nagging feeling. Well, everyone knows that you're quite popular with the ladies, sir. Maybe she's an old girlfriend that you sent to Dumpsville when you were younger. Detective! Where did you hear such nonsense from? Don't you know I only have one true love? Feeny? I could have probably said that smarter. I didn't hear it from anyone. Just sort of how I imagine you to be, sir. Oh, there you go. Do I really inspire this sort of frothing desire from the female masses? I wonder if this is kind of a nod and a wink to the fandom that I'm sure sprouted out among this franchise. Like, maybe Edgeworth has a lot of real-life female fans. Tell me more about Godot. I usually hear about promising young prosecutor candidates while they're still in school, but I've never seen or heard of this person. I gotta admit, he's puzzling alright. He just appeared one day, big mug of steaming coffee in his hand. He sounds like an interesting man. Yeah, the whole prosecutor's office is really into double espresso macchiatos lately. Alright, let's have a look at this bridge. Usually I look around first, but oh well. Some letters are wildly engraved into a roughly cut boulder. Dusky Bridge. It certainly is an appropriate name. You need to get some glasses, Mr. Edgeworth. That sign says Dusty Bridge. Not you too. Oh man, maybe like in the original Japanese that was like inscribed with kanji or katakana or whatever they use. I don't really know the difference between the two. And the way the dusky or dusty word is written, the characters used look very similar between dusty and dusky. I don't know. You're the one who needs glasses, detective. Try reading it one more time. Oh, you're right. It's Dusky Bridge, after all. I guess whoever wrote this made a mistake. What? What? Hey, it's a public phone. You don't see a lot of those anymore. That's true. Since we've got one here, why don't we take a photo as a memento? Well, sure. Why not? Oh, darn it. I don't have a camera with me. I'm gonna go buy a disposable camera. I'll be right back, sir. What's so special about public phones? Why is he so fascinated by them? My God, he's gone. Well, I'm glad I finished talking to him. What the hell? So this is the bridge Wright tried to cross. Ah! He's back. Pretty reckless, if you ask me. I'm amazed he survived the fall from up here. Yeah, he's one lucky guy, sir. Now I see how he managed to win his cases in court. Blind luck. I think dumb luck suits Wright just a bit better. Looks like a pretty good distance to that far cliff. Yeah, it's gotta be around 100 yards or so. Detective, it's not even close to 100 yards. Well, I gotta admit I'm not very good at judging distances. There's a Miles joke here somewhere. It's about 20 yards or so, and impossible to cross without a bridge, it seems. There's a little shack down that way called Heavenly Hall. I don't think we've been there yet. A shack? It's like a rundown doghouse for losers that can't bear the freezing drafts of wind. Kinda reminds me of my apartment, sir. I knew that was coming. The name Heavenly Hall makes it sound like a palace. Giving a hovel a great name is a crime itself. I'd call it false advertising. By the way, the name of my apartment complex is Campton Castles. That's not such a great name, if you ask me. Well, it's not such a great apartment either, sir. I think we're done here. Oh, the footprints. No, I think nothing to say about the footprints. There's just been too much traffic. Okay, good chatting, Gumshoe. Nothing else. Alright, let's move. I still can't go to the Heavenly Hall? What? Really? Alright, let's go find the Bikini lady. My God, there's no snow on the snowmobile. Hello! Actually, there's no snow on the seat. There is snow on the front of it. That's either residual snow that just piled up on the front, like as it was being ridden, or someone maybe like put snow back on it to try and cover their tracks. No, that's stupid. They do the seat as well. No, someone definitely used a snowmobile. Hello. Yo, Edgy! What took you so long? I'm so cold my brain's turned to sherbet. I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. What do you mean? Wright is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. And I find myself taking a quest to defend a woman accused of murder. Hey, wait a second. Hold it. Objection. What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and What kind of lame excuse is that? Can you call yourself a defense attorney? No. No, he does not. Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor. That's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney, just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Dude, Edgy. I don't see you for a couple of years and your heart turns to sherbet. Just so you know, sherbet and sherbet, sorbet and sherbet are both valid pronunciations. I think I was actually just using a bastardized third version, accidentally. Me not word so well. I'd say more like sorbet. It is rather cold here. Iris didn't murder her. Someone else did. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one. I wonder if he'd be saying the same thing if Iris was a dude. Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Edgeworth knows. Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is. Yo, I didn't think about that. Maybe it's just going to be Edgeworth for the first day. And Phoenix will come back to finish it off for the second. And they'd actually be able to do that because they just hand over the attorney's badge. The attorney's badge is the baton that will be passed. Alright, let's have a look around first. I suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains. Say, this just gave me a great idea. I don't want to hear it. Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. I've got an idea for a brand new invention. It'd even make me rich. You know, that's right. Gumshoe coming up with weird gadgets has been really underutilized, right? Like, in Case 4 in the first game, he had like 3 top secret weapons. It was like the fishing rod, the metal detector, and the dog missile. An invention? Yeah, a car that can travel on snow. I'll call it a snow car. So, what do you think, sir? Would you go for a ride on something like that? Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. Curses. Edgeworth doesn't know enough to know that there should be snow on it still. I can see a small bell tower from here. Hey, that just reminded me. There's something I've always wondered about. Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. We call a person who tells a lie a liar, right? So why don't we call a person who rings a bell a beller? We don't call them bellers for the same reason that we bake cookies and cook bacon. Or truer for a guy who tells the truth. Oh man, I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight. I had no idea he was such a deep thinker. Maybe I should have said that with more dripping sarcasm. This gate looks quite old, strong enough to resist the weight of time. That's a Mr. Edgeworth, I know. You've got a real flair for words, sir. I have always appreciated this kind of old, timeless elegance. That's exactly how I feel, too. Take this coat, for example. Like a fine wine, it gets better with age. Even fine wine turns to vinegar and begins to stink at some point. I suggest you wash that atrocious rag you call a coat, detective. Oh, poor Gumshoe. That must be the main hall back there. A brilliant deduction, sir. Are you trying to flatter me, Detective Gumshoe? A brilliant use of suspense to build the tension, sir. According to Wright, the head nun was some important information. I can't miss the opportunity to speak with her. Alright, Larry. Tell me what you know about this Iris. Man, I'm telling ya, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't ya? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? To put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent... Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer. I was right after all. I should never have come back. Oh no, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time, honest. If I had a penny for every time he said that. It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much. Know what I mean? But I have no idea about what you're talking about, Larry. Oh, forget it. I didn't say anything. Okay, what were you doing on the night of the crime? Wait a second. That symbol on his shirt, that's a bonobo monkey, right? Wasn't the mascot of the film studio in the third case of the first game a bonobo? Is that the mascot from the first game? It might be. I forget if that bonobo mascot had a top knot as well, or whatever kind of ponytail that is. But it would certainly fit, because that's like sort of like a feudal Japan sort of hairstyle thing. And that fits the films that were produced by that studio, with the Steel Samurai and all that. A cute callback, if that's true. Larry, where were you, and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry? What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost! Go back on your charter jet and get out of my sight, you creep! And I hope your plane crashes and you die! I'll ask just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? Thought so. Alright, just 3 locks. I see. As I suspected. Psycho locks. Love that Edgeworth gets the name wrong. It's so great. I'm sorry, man. You know me. I just don't remember. My short-term memory is a wreck, dude. Right. Okay, what do you think about my badge? Come to think of it, when you were a kid, you were always saying, when I grow up, I want to be a lawyer and defend people. Or something like that. That was a long time ago. But see, now you've got the chance to follow your boyhood dream for a day. Edgy, you've got to do it. You gotta save my little Iris. This is exactly why I hate childhood friends. Oh, too early to use the Magatama. What do you think about this hot piece of wood? Hey, I know it may not look like it, but I'm an artist. I refuse to look at anything that doesn't have a radiant or beautiful motif. Right, You didn't even give it a glance. I see. Okay, how about this article of clothing that Iris wore? Nope, okay, so he's not as pervy as I thought. Okay, how about the photo? Nope. Okay, how about the photo of Elise? I still can't believe it. She was such a great person. What? Someone's pinning this murder on my sweet little Iris. Edgy, please. I'm counting on ya. Well, frankly, I was hoping you could give me a little more than that. Well then. I got it! I'll draw you a portrait. How about that? And make me pay for it? Since you're kind enough to offer... Alright. I want to see that so badly. Do you have anything to say about the weather? No. Okay, do you have anything to say about your old friend Phoenix? Oh no! Why would I... Now I know I can't word so good, but sometimes you just say something apocalyptically bad. Phoenix Wright. No! Moving on. Oh god. No. He was a good guy. Real pal to the end. Well, he thinks he's dead. When I look back now, I have nothing but good memories. What's the past tense? He's not dead, you know. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, the guy owes me. After all, I saved his life. How do you figure? Oh, did Larry, race down the river to find him, washed up somewhere? What is that supposed to mean? If I hadn't called for help so quickly, he would have died. That's true. It's no surprise, though. I used to be a security guard. It was all instinct, baby. He has a point. He called me pretty quickly, too. I think Larry's pretty good at motivating people. I just wish he would try motivating himself once in a while. The Larry Butz motivational speaker. Good lord. Nothing to say about Gumshoe. Okay, I laugh at Phoenix Wright, but we literally have a character right here named Dick. What's wrong with me? Huh? Me? All you have to know is to remember not to call me Larry anymore. What? I'm a new person now. I've been reborn. As Elise Dunim. Alright, fine. Let me ask you something else then, Larry. Call me Larisse. If you don't, then I'll call you Melise Dunim. Oh no, we saw this already with her photo. Iris. I have a feeling that she's hiding something. Could be. After all, she's shy and gets embarrassed pretty easily. I don't think that has anything to do with it. Well, why not? Look, I know all about this kind of thing. Come on, Edgy. You were a guy once. Lots of girls are like Iris. You know I'm right. What does he mean by you were a guy once? Well, you most certainly seem to have convinced yourself. Man, I love shy girls like her. It's just so cute. You know what I mean? Still doesn't listen to others, I see. I guess some people just never change. Do you know anything about this guy? No. Alright, let's have a chat with Bikini. Oh. Hey, hello there. So, how you feeling? Alright, I suppose. Huh? Who is this? My name is Miles Edgeworth. My, a handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. Okay, maybe Gumshoe is right about the effect Miles has on ladies. Oh, my circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini. Well, you found her. Now what can I do for you? I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy. Please do not call me big boy. Mr. Edgeworth? This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps on getting cut. My stomach is already growling in protest. So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris? Man, she looks very serious. Well, first, I want to hear what you know. Yes. Let's have Gumshoe not Gumshoe, let's have Miles take a look around this room first. What is that slipped under the cushions? There are more Enza cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under that stack? Beats me. Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, it's a letter. It's a letter. Looks like an old manila envelope. What is it, Detective? This could be it. An ultra-important clue. A super special clue. I suppose I should read it myself, then. It looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Oh. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Unless you want your secret to be exposed. This sounds like a blackmail letter. Oh boy. The plot. It thickens. Nicely going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor. A super-duper prosecutor. Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Ouch. Can we read this? Okay. To Iris of Hazakura Temple. Salutation here. There is something I must talk to you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 o'clock at Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come unless you want your secret to be exposed. Salutation here. That is such an oddly specific and strange way to start a letter. And why would you start a blackmail letter with the word salutation? There has to be something to that salutation, but I can't quite picture like my first gut instinct for this, for who wrote this, would be Elise Dunim. That would certainly give a motive for why she was murdered. Someone murdered her to make sure the secret wasn't exposed. Let's say, hypothetically, that the secret Iris has is that she's really Dahlia Hawthorne, or just really isn't as innocent as she says. Assuming that, how would Elise come to know this? Like, she is a medium. She could ask the spirits of the dead. Maybe she channeled, like, Dahlia's sister at some point. I just don't know. Well, we'll have to learn more, I suppose. That thing sure casts a strong presence over the whole room. This is a lesser Magatama. It's a precious heirloom containing a great many souls. Uh-huh. This is lesser? What is the greater one like? The greater Magatama is displayed in the main room of Fey Manor. Oh, yeah. It was supposed to be shown at the Treasures of Karain exhibit, but it was so large they couldn't bring it through the doors. I guess, in that case, maybe the house was built around it. It's an altar with a giant Magatama enshrined on it. There are a lot of candles lined up on it, too. You know, I haven't had a birthday party for myself in a while. Oh my god. That might just be the saddest thing Gumshoe's ever said. And he said a lot of sad things, especially in this video. Oh man. Maybe you should blow out these candles over there to make up for that. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind singing Happy Birthday to... It's just so sad! Stop that! Cut that out! Please don't blow out the altar candles. Oh, it's a warmed cat box! My god, the writing in this specific case is just on another level. Every single conversation is just solid freaking gold. I love this so much. Oh. But where are all the cats? It's called a hibachi. It's for heating the room. Oh, look at all these ancient straw frisbees. Those are a type of zabuton cushions called enza. You uncultured swine. Why are you giving me such a hard time? Huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Why? Because learning something new might actually be a good thing for you, detective. There's flowing script written everywhere on the walls. Man, I bet you had an awful nightmares if you tried to sleep in here. This is our main hall, so it's protected by a variety of magic spells and charms. They're all designed to prevent evil forces from entering. So, if I slept here, the Oogie Woogie Boogeyman wouldn't hunt me down for eternity? Alright! Does this guy think about anything other than eating and sleeping? Oh man, okay. Alright, Bikini, let's have a chat. First, I'd like to ask you about last night. Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 o'clock when we left there. Okay, so... exactly an hour after they left, it started having lightning. And lightning struck the bridge an hour and 45 minutes after they arrived. Or after they left. I see. 1 hour and 45 minutes is a long time for anyone who wants to do something to do something. Training hall lasts all night long. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. And yet, you were over here by the time the fire started. Wow, you're right. That does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no time for flattery. Sorry. Sometime around 11 o'clock, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. Oh. They left at 9. Iris went out to ring the bell at 10. Lightning struck at 10:45. Iris witnessed the murder 15 minutes after that. Okay, I think we got a solid chain of events here. Could it be that whatever set fire to the bridge just made a really loud sound that sounded like lightning? I struggle to think of what could have made a noise like that and set fire to something, though. The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason. You get the chills pretty easy, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? What did you see? Alright then, I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard. It must have been past 11 o'clock. Oh no, I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie. Well, shit. Okay. It's like, yeah, sure, that's definitely Iris, wearing the garb. Doesn't have her hat. Her hood, I mean. It's like, yeah, if Elise wrote the blackmail letter, that would give Iris cause to kill her, to silence her, but like there's really only just two people who could have possibly written the note, right? It would be either Bikini or Elise. I don't know, man. I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword. Did you see this criminal with your own eyes? I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris. You must have been quite shocked. Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of the courtroom. Oh boy. Oof. And I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too. I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. And when I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed, and then I passed out. Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid. However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural. Now here's interesting. For once we have a key witness who might actually want to believe that the defendant is not guilty. Unnatural. The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness. I wonder what she means by that. Tell me about this acolyte. So, who is this acolyte that was to train at the Inner Temple? Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course. Special course? It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times. Huh. You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that off of the Inner Temple, do you? No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. last night we still hadn't started the training session itself. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, dear, there's one thing I forgot to tell you. Uh-oh, I don't think I like the sound of this. Do you know that small girl? I believe she is Mystic Maya's little sister. Yeah, where is Pearls? Maya has a little sister? Oh, you mean Little Pearl? That's Maya Faye's cousin. Little Pearl? I thought she was going to visit Mr. Elise after he'd finished with dinner cleanup, but I haven't seen her at all since late last night. She's nowhere to be found. Uh-oh. That's not good. You mean she was with the victim? It's all my fault. All the fault of my stupid, creaky old back. A little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone. As they say, the plot thickens. I said that earlier. As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back. A bad lower back? Okay, so maybe she couldn't, lift anything. Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Well, there you go. What did I just say? Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I typically don't think of glass as my go-to example for something that's stiff. When I think about it, I actually can't think of my go-to example for describing something as stiff, other than, demeanors. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall. Wow, you are a horrible, horrible teacher. So you left the disciple all alone. Don't be ridiculous, I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out. Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So did this head nun actually see Iris there? I think I'd better try to get some more details. Alright. But the badge. Oh. Nothing. Immaterial girl. Alright. In an immaterial world, of course. Please tell me all that you know about Misty Faye! Huh? Ah, well. Look what you found. That's the master of the crane channeling technique, Mystic Misty Faye. Faye? It's been nearly 20 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Apparently she intended to pass on the master title to her daughter. Who is this daughter? Well, I myself am part of a branch family of the Faye clan. Oh, cool! But even I am not privy to information concerning the main family. Does she really not know Maya's last name? Really? About Iris's hood. Well. That's a demon-warding hood. Acolytes are highly susceptible. I have trouble with that word. To possession by evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear those for protection. Oh, I see. What are you waiting for? You won't get any protection just by holding it, you know. Put it on already. No, I can't. I was just... It's like it was made just for you, Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean by that, detective? It looks absolutely marvelous. You've just got to keep it on for a while. Is this some sort of divine retribution? Anything about the surrounding area? No. Whoops. About this picture. Well, look at that. I look pretty as to the Xy, don't you think? Wow. Yeah, absolutely. Up until recently, we've avoided exposure in such magazines. But this time we had our reasons. Is that so? Well, why deny the world the sight of such a lovely face? Hello. What reason? What reason? There's something to that. Know anything about this blackmail letter? Do you know anything about this old, crumpled up letter? Is that addressed to Iris? Yep, it clearly says to Iris on it. I can't believe it. That girl doesn't have any secrets from me. Ah, so Sister Bikini didn't know anything about it. Nothing about the lightning, okay. Let's ask her about people. Alright, Maya and Pearl have been added. Great. What does Bikini think about Phoenix? This man, his face betrays a life of suffering and great weariness of the world. Sure? But even so, I can't believe this guy actually jumped into the river. Think of all the fun things he might have enjoyed if he had just lived. Relentless spiritual training alone is no way to lead a complete life, huh? It sounds like she's got some major regrets she's dealing with. Perhaps I should let Gumshoe explain Wright's situation to her for me. Hey, don't look at me like that. Do your own dirty work, sir. What do you think about Larry? This is Mystic Elise's apprentice, is it not? I think he might have a bit of a crush on me. Sweet boy, at any rate. No. Oh, I don't blame him. Sister Bikini understands the temptations of young men. Sure. But I'm afraid it wouldn't be proper to abuse my position. I am head nun, after all. But in return, I did allow him to draw a portrait of me. I pray it was a pose that had maintained your modesty, for everyone's sake. Draw me like your mountain nun. Nope, nothing about Gumshoe. That is also depressing. What do you think about Elise? Oh, how could such a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault. Well, come on, lady. I don't think you need to take all the blame yourself. Quiet. What do you know anyway? Ouch, you're scary. With that stupid 5 o'clock shadow and that stupid old coat of yours. It's too bad that you weren't the one that disappeared. Wow! Why did she have to take it all out on me? Her anger does seem a little manufactured. Oh! Oh! Could it be that Bikini is secretly happy that Elise is dead? Let's save Iris for last. obviously she wouldn't know anything about Godot. Let's ask her about herself.
It's all my fault. Me and my stupid back. Mystic Elise has been murdered, and an important acolyte is trapped, and a little girl has been lost.
You know you really shouldn't be so negative. It creates bad karma.
Quite right. I need to do some more training myself, I think.
How about Maya Fey?
She's a very important visitor, you know. An honored acolyte.
Honored? How so?
The Fey name is synonymous with the Korean channeling technique. Therefore, she must be a spirit medium of great power indeed.
Okay, so she knows this, but not that Maya is Misty's daughter. Fair enough, like, Morgan Fey has the Fey name, but she's a member of the Branch family. So it's not, like, obvious. Now that you mention it, 1 year ago, there was a case that was about the master of the crane channeling technique.
Detective, I detest talk of supernatural drivel.
I suppose now you'll say she has midichlorians? No! No, get that out of here! We do not speak of those! So it gives you the creeps, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Wait! No, hold on, we're going back to that. Hold on. Yeah, the midichlorians aren't supernatural. That's the whole point of why people hate them. Like, the Force in Star Wars was this mystical energy that flowed throughout the entire universe, and people could tap into it. But midichlorians were the scientific explanation added about these little things in your bloodstream or whatever bullshit. I don't know. People hated it because it took away the supernatural. Like, I appreciate the reference and the call out, but no, that's not right, Edgeworth. How about Pearl?
Oh, this poor girl. Where could she have gone?
Well, we checked out her home and she's not there.
And she's nowhere in the vicinity of the temple either.
Which means there's only a few other possibilities as to where she could be. Oh, do you think maybe she fell off the bridge and was carried downstream?
Why do you have to be such a pessimist, Detective?
I was just trying to think like you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ironic.
Oh god, I'm so tempted to make a Darth Plagueis the Wise joke, but,
I became a pessimist only after I had the pleasure of working with you.
Right. Iris.
You said you went with Maya to the training hall in the inner temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there? Of course I saw her. I told her to meet us after ringing the 10 o'clock bell for lights out.
So you're saying Iris came to the inner temple then?
Of course she did. Iris has always been a good, obedient girl. After that, I had Iris help Mystic Maya begin her training.
But that doesn't fit with Iris's story at all.
She said that she never went to the inner temple.
As they say, the plot thickens. Bikini did not have any Cyclocks. Now I know that Iris had a Cyclock at the precinct, but I forget exactly what for. Ooh. Okay. We need to go chat with her again. Alright, so no Cyclocks at all from Bikini. That's interesting. Well then, I'm a bit at a loss as to what to do now. Oh, the courtyard, of course. We can look at the courtyard. Right. So how was the sword... So the sword was, like, removed and used as a weapon and then placed back. Like, when we came across the scene of the crime as Phoenix, the sword was still in the statue's hand. So it's like Iris, or whoever the real murderer was, stabbed Elise and then put it back? But when we found the body, she was laying right under where the sword was in the statue's hand. So, interesting. Also, okay, Elise's staff is there, but the purple orb in it is missing. What? What is that? What does that even mean? Also, there appears to be, like, cracks in the background hut thing. I wonder what that is about. Also, I am extremely curious to know what Edgeworth has to say about that stepladder. And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched. Thanks, detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating. Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask, just be sure. Are you really gonna defend that nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow? Yes, I will. I gave her my word, and now I must follow through with my commitment. Well, in that case, I've got to be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation. Don't worry about it, detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think most of it will flow out on its own. Hey, you got it, sir. I'll just make sure it flows out like water from a tap. Yes, you do that, detective. Just how much has your running spout leaked over the years? Alright, so there's no orb in the staff. And we can definitely show that there is supposed to be an orb in this photo. That's definitely going to come up in court at some point. Excellent, okay. Alright, there's one last thing I want to do before we end this video. The main gate must be just over that stone wall. Stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words. Paucity? I've never heard that word. I gotta look that up. Nothing about the stepladder? I am extremely disappointed. Ugh. Anyhow. Wow. Man, the writing in this video, the writing in the content that we covered in this video was top freaking notch. My god, I love this. Oh. They were on their game when they made this chapter, man. Oof. I love it. Oh, my head's just swimming with all the contradictions and information we've learned. I really need to confirm what the exact cyclock that Iris has, because if it's denying that she ever went to the temple, and that's something right there. Man. Oh, there's just so much I can't wait to happen. I can't wait to see the interaction between Edgeworth and Godot. I can't wait for the baton pass that's sure to come. I can't wait for hearing what Maya's said tomorrow. Tomorrow is in the next in-game day when she's finally rescued. But man, poor Pearl. Where is she? Has anyone checked like the Holy Palace or whatever the yellow sign was pointing to? I can't believe we can't go there yet. Don't know why we wouldn't. Well, next time I hope that we'll uncover enough clues here to crack open Larice's psycho lock. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. Well, I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney. I thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.